Throughout Lesson 1, students will follow and write instructions and move their bodies as well as use and understand directional language. By the end of the lesson, the teacher will be looking to see if the students can follow this directional language accurately, along with creating their own set of clear instructions. This will be evident by the students discussing the terms left, right, forward and backwards. When students understand these terms, they will become life-size bluebots to prepare for the following lesson. Firstly, a large hundreds board will be placed down on the floor and students will move on the board according to the directional card revealed. Once students complete this activity, they will work in pairs where one person will use directional language to instruct their partner to move to a specific number relating to an equation. For example, the student might say 7 times 3, therefore they will need to direct their partner to 21. This will help them understand the importance of accurate instructions for the following lessons. Throughout this lesson, students will learn to program a bluebot to follow the sequence created on the iPad program, moving from start to finish location using the different functions. By the end of the lesson, students will be able to incorporate directional language into the bluebot program and move the device from one location to another following specific guidelines. Once students have watched the tutorial on how to use a bluebot, they will get to play around with their device in pairs to create student-based learning. They will then use the pirate mat and use the bluebot and iPad program to move the device from the ship to the volcano, being prompted with questions such as, would this be the fastest route? The last activity requires the students to create a sequence for moving the bluebot to any location on the pirate map, still starting at the ship. Using the iPad program, students will create the sequence and share it with another pair to follow. This shows whether students can create accurate sequences and instructions, ensuring they follow the guidelines of making it the shortest route. It will also help the teacher know whether the other pair are good at reading instructions. Both pairs will discuss whether they agree the sequence made is the shortest route, as it will be beneficial in preparing them for the assessment lesson.
In this lesson, students will be playing Bluebot Twister. Students will learn how to program a sequence using the Bluebot programming app on their iPads to make the Bluebot move its way across the shape's map. To meet the success criteria, students will start and finish on the correct shape, follow the correct path, and pass over specific shapes for each turn.
The final phase of the activity plan is an assessment lesson, where students will participate in a summative assessment task, assessing their knowledge and understanding on the content, knowledge and understanding application, and their process and production skills. The summative assessment task is broken into 3 parts. Part A focuses on assessing students' content knowledge, and they will have to answer a series of questions relating to the programming of a bluebot on a world map. Part B will be completed in pairs, and students will need to program a bluebot to move between different points on a world map, remembering to take screenshots of their sequence each time on the iPad. Each task ranges in difficulty and incorporates computational thinking through focusing on conditions. For example, Task 1 requires students to move their bluebot from Australia to South America using the shortest sequence. And finally, Part C is a reflection and evaluation, where students will need to reflect on the success of their tasks, what they found challenging, what they would do differently next time, and any safety practices that they used with the iPads. The activity plan also develops students' coding skills, as by programming the bluebots, students learn to develop a sequence of steps which is equivalent to simple coding algorithms. Coding provides opportunities for students to develop curiosity, confidence, creativity, persistence, and problem-solving abilities.
Computational thinking is enhanced throughout this lesson by engaging students in activities that explore skills such as sequencing, events, and conditions. These are developed throughout the unit by students having to sequence their bluebot, identify what would happen if an event changed, and to give into conditions in which they must program their bluebot. These skills are also embedded within the assessment task. It is important to develop students' computational thinking, as they are then on their way to becoming experts in that thinking strategy. STEAM is important to integrate into all units of work. It is integrated into this unit of work through mathematics and the arts. More specifically, elements of this unit plan connect to the content descriptors from other subject areas. It connects to mathematics through the use of directional language, as well as being able to find the starting and finishing positions on a map. The arts are developed through the HASS curriculum strand and uses geography elements of students having to identify where places are on the world map and navigate there.